if we were still doing the show and Jimmy came in to announce that he was married, we would have beat the crap out of him. Literally, if the Opie and Anthony Show was still going strong, and Jimmy announced that he married somebody, doesn't matter if it was a girl, a guy, a trans woman, that part of it doesn't even matter. We would have beat the crap out of him about, a prenup. And if he gets divorced, this person would take half his junk. We would go off on that for an hour. So shut it. It's just funny to think. That would have been a bit that we would have crushed him on. We would have laughed our asses off. Of course we would have. And if Patrice was live and Bob Kelly and Rich Voss, we would have had them all in to talk about if Jimmy gets a divorce and his wife taking half his crap. We would have laughed our asses off. Yeah, it is. It's just funny to think. Of course it is. And I truly do wish Jimmy the best with that. If he's found happiness, good for him. I don't want him in my life or anything like that, but good for him if he found happiness. But we're going to make fun of it. Of course we're going to make fun of it. There's a lot of sensitive people out there, making fun of Jimmy maybe getting a divorce someday and his wife taking half his junk. That just is funny. That's a comedic premise that we would have exploited for at least an hour on the old radio show, of course. And we would have made sure we got the A-listers for that. We would have made sure, Patrice was in for that, Rich Voss, Bob Kelly, and we would have just went off. And to be fair to Jim Norton, he would have laughed through the whole damn thing. Of course he would have. Anthony would have crushed him the hardest about divorce for sure. Of course, thank you. And people get confused by that because nowadays in comedy, if you're beating the crap out of a subject, that means you're against that subject or that person. And that's not how we were brought up. We would make fun of everything around us. And it didn't mean that we were against that group of people or that person or that situation. But nowadays, man, it's a whole new world with comedy. You make fun of something, you're going to just piss off a lot of people. Back in the day, so many more people would take the jokes. They would absolutely take the jokes. They would be like, I'm really a supporter of what he's making fun of, but this is really funny. Oh my God, Marge, this is funny. Get us a couple more Dennis Learys. And then, you leave the comedy club and then you go back to like supporting the thing that the comedian was beating the crap out of. But I can honestly say it's very, very different. There's a lot of comedians out there. The one thing I do hear when these comedians do their podcasts, it just babble about the process over and over again. The one thing they will say is that there's so many things they simply don't joke about anymore because they feel like the audience can't handle it. They turn on them quickly and they disrupt comedy shows now. And that wasn't the case back in the day.